King James was the king of what we know now as the United Kingdom from 1608 through 1625. He authorized a group of scholars to translate the scriptures into English, the Old Testament from the Hebrew language and the New Testament from the Greek language in the year 1611. Side note, that's just a few years before we started getting transported here on slave ships. So this is the first existing Bible in America, the KJV, 1611. It was 80 books total. Nearly all of the translations of the Bible are translated from the King James Bible, but we'll focus on two, the NIV and the NKJV, because these two are the most popular and the most promoted in our Sunday churches. Starting with the NIV, which was published in 1978 by HarperCollins Christian Publishing. This book is intentionally missing over 20 scriptures. For example, let's go to 1 John 5 and 7. In the KJV it reads, "For there are three that bear record in heaven, the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost. And these three are one." Let's go to that verse in the NIV, and it reads, "For there are three that testify." Yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna run off 6 more verses right quick for you to look up in your NIV on your own. These are completely removed. Matthew 17 and 21, not there. Mark 9 and 46, not there. Luke 23 and 17, not there. John 5 and 4, not there. Acts 8 and 37, not there. Romans 16 and 24, not there. Look those verses up, and that is just 6 of over 20 verses that are removed and not in the NIV version of the Bible. And you also won't be able to find these verses in the NASV, NCV, NRSV, RSV. Now you can see why I said and all other translations. Now let's move on to the NKJV. This book was published in 1982, and they try to make us think that they only replaced the these, ye's, thous, and theys, but let's read 2 Samuel 5 and 21. In the KJV it reads, "And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them." Now here it is in the NKJV, "And they left their images there, and David and his men carried them away." Sheesh. Now I ain't the smartest man in the world, but if you carry something away, you taking it with you. If you burn something, you burning it and leaving it there. That's a big difference, and it means something totally different. There's way too many verses to name because this whole book is written like this. And this is the same situation with all of the other translations that come after the KJV. So if it's translated from the KJV, I'm going to read the KJV. Also, they started with all of these translations throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And they're still making new translations today. So we were here from the 1600s all the way to the disco era with the King James Version. Before we get up out of here, another fun fact about HarperCollins Christian Publishing. They were founded in 1817. They published almost all of the other translations after the King James Version Bible. And they are also the publishers of the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey. Interesting. Any other translation besides the King James Version? Throw it away. Peace, fam.